Hey guys, welcome back to today's video. Today we got some of the best mods of 2024 that I can no longer play without. Every section will be titled so you can skip around when you want, but these are my personal favorites, the mods that will never be leaving my list again since the beginning of 2024. These can range from textures to armors to even massive game-changing gameplay mods. But it's all just my personal opinion, so I'm stating that twice. And I think you guys will actually love these though. So without further ado, let's dive right in. The first mod up is part of Gameplays, and this one is NPCs Take Cover. This mod was made by ElSopa to stop people from cheesing the AI in vanilla Skyrim, or even just ultra modded Skyrim, because no matter what you do or add to your mod list, they will always be Skyrim's clunky AI. This mod, just pretty simply explained, makes it so enemies, if they can't reach you because you reach someplace due to sky climb, they will just hide behind cover and wait for you to come out. But if they can circle around, then they will just do that instead. Up next, another one by ElSopa called Infiltration Quest Expansion. This mod allows for you to pick who you side with. You can either go evil or you can just go the natural route of the quest and kill the mage occupying the tower. But it also does have a few other options. I don't want to give too many spoilers though, but the reason why I love this mod is simply because Skyrim has so many linear quests that you don't really have a choice of doing. But this mod gives that choice back to you, allowing for multiple different routes for this quest to end, which means you could play this multiple times.
To experience such treachery, you have gotten exactly what you deserve.
It feels good to be able to mod a game and make it actually feel like it's yours for once. Up next is another pretty simple gameplay mod that I kind of added and forgot about, called Subtitles. When I say forgot about though, I mean it feels like this should have been part of vanilla Skyrim from the start. Subtitle makes it so multiple lines of subtitles can fill your screen, as many as you want, so you'll never miss a dialogue because someone decided to talk during an important cutscene. Next up we have Flame VFX and Frost VFX by Kitty Tail. I don't know why I so badly want to call them Kitty Tails, but this mod overhauls the flame and frost effects when ideal and moving. So you will see sparks flying for the fire and maybe even snowflakes falling behind you, even though it kind of look like wisp. The reason my flames already look pretty good though without flame VFX is because Ember's XD. But trust me, flame VFX is definitely better overall, especially when you pair it with frost VFX because then they both just kind of blend in. Both of these mods I did a showcase for and they kind of just never left my list since then, and I've been enjoying every second of it. Up next we have Extended Bandit Dialogue. This mod gives bandits new custom lines when in combat or just when ideal. And yes, also this does work with Bandit Lines expansion by ElSopa.
Cut through all that fat.
Hurry up with it, we've got a merchant.
Like I'd spend another minute rotting in the dam.
Simple. If you're not doing something you enjoy, then you're wasting your life.
I learned to fight when I was a damn thief, robbing me while I was days. He's been gone for a long while. Too long.
Up next is Guard Dialogue Expansion. This one though is a little more fancy than the Bandit one because guards will now comment based on your achievements in Skyrim, and it'd be a little hard for me to showcase that fully, but trust me, this is a must-have. Just like this next mod, overhauling dragons, called Majestic Dragons. The version I'm using is the glorious version, but this mod makes dragons more massive. I'm an avid vanilla dragon enjoyer. I didn't want to use Game of Thrones version for my list in this one because I'm kind of basing it on vanilla, but they were always kind of small. But this mod fixed that, making them a lot more menacing. Just like this next mod, overhauling trolls, called Trolls SE by Fourth Unknown. This mod really changes up the vanilla trolls because they are still pretty ugly, but they look a lot cooler now. The reason my trolls though are so big is because of tyrannical trolls, so don't confuse the two because you will have small trolls that be confused why. I still wonder why Bethesda made them so small but so deadly. And now we're getting into the sound part of this video, and for these I pretty much went and grabbed almost every single Clovis sound expansion because they work with Audio Overhaul and Immersive Sound Compendium, which I'm pretty sure everyone uses by now in 2024, but this overwrites them, adding vibrant and pretty natural sounds to every single place in Skyrim, even the places no one even bothered to touch. Every one of these that I use will be linked down in the description. It isn't too many even though it seems like it is, but just imagine being able to come home from work and put on your headset and just explore Skyrim with these sounds playing in your background. These sounds will actually make you want to re-explore Skyrim, or at least that's what it did for me, because if one thing Skyrim always missed is a bit of ambience. The battle music, I will admit, was always a little good though. Up next, speaking of music, we have LORKHAN overhauling every major sound in Skyrim from the UI to the music, with the UI being my favorite. And it works so well with Skyrim, especially with me using Edge UI, which I probably should link in the description since people always ask me about it. And I would completely have this overriding everything in Skyrim if I wasn't afraid the mod author wouldn't like me using his music all the time. So I don't usually have it in my gameplay videos simply because of that. Otherwise, this soundtrack overhaul is absolutely perfect. Up next, just for a bit of textures, and up first is Kanjs, Chaurus eggs, animated and motion. I'm not really sure if that's how you say Chaurus, but that's how I read it in my mind. This mod makes the eggs actually look 3D and animated. I usually don't use the animated version though, I just love the glow. But I wanted to show this mod in full effect and why it's so amazing that it made this list. Up next for textures, we have footprints alternative design. Most people don't even use footprints, but this mod single-handedly made me download it. This mod gives new 3D footprints to nearly every single thing in Skyrim, for snow and even for sand. I didn't do a sand showcase, but trust me, it works and it looks perfect. I am sad I've never seen a dragon footprint, but then again, they're never really in the snow. But up next we have ElSopa Strongbox's Redone. This texture was too much of a massive change for me not to include it. Like, just look at the new details provided on everything. I don't know if he got these assets from somewhere or made them handmade, but it's absolutely beautiful. This mod actually made me use the 4K version because of how good it is. But now we got some environmental change, with the first one being Shrubbery Symphony. This mod adds new 3D shrubs and plants around Skyrim, using base object swapper to do it with no compatibility issues, just for variety. You can use the basic replacer version, but you'll probably get tired of seeing the same thing. These shrubs blend in perfectly with any green forest, and speaking of forests, we have Forest Fragments, by the same mod author, adding in debris from Nature of the Wildlands. This mod can be a little heavy though, but if you can handle it, I 100% recommend combining these two for the best looking forest. Another tree mod we have overhauls the Sleeping History. This mod is called Sleeping History Overhaul. I don't know why it took so long for a mod like this to come out, or there was the one from Blue Bow, but it didn't make this tree feel special like this one. So now it's just perfect. And after that mod, we have the up and coming Wiz Kids Hunters Camps Overhaul. I was a little skeptical of using this, but once you see the new textures and how he overhauled these forgotten hunter camps, you won't be removing this from your list. And the best part is, because these are so forgotten about and barely any mods touch them, it doesn't need many patches. So it's pretty much an add and play, just like this next mod called Unmarked Locations all in one. Adding in new locations around Skyrim for you to explore, but like the title suggests, they are kind of unmarked, which just makes them blend in so much better with the environment to me. Sometimes, unless you played this game for years like most people have, you won't even notice what this mod has added, and that's pretty much goes to say how well it blends. And I probably didn't need to state this, but the Soul Cairn is definitely my favorite because it's so empty, so much could be added. And now for the new armor mods that I always run with. First up being Enhenyar armor, adding in a highly customizable armor, females only unfortunately, but it features colors for every single hold in Skyrim with pelts for every single animal in Skyrim. Even though it's highly modular though, it's a pretty simple mod, so you won't spend a lot of time making an outfit, you'll just find that perfect one and run with it. The reason I use this mod though, even though I play male characters, is because I generally give it to my followers such as Lydia because of immersive follower dialogue Lydia, so this armor fits her perfectly. But this next armor, Wayward Knight set, I use because it looks simply amazing. This armor, even though it can be skimpy or even not safe for work depending on what you don't equip, because literally every single thing on this set can be unequipped one piece at a time. Up next, my favorite all-time armor, we have Yaldabaoth armor. Hopefully I said that right. Coming with a full 4-piece armor set and a great sword to match it, which also makes this part of why it's my favorite. But the main reason I love this armor is because just look at it, it's just amazing. The only thing about this armor though is that it doesn't come with HDT at base. That is a separate patch, but it's so easy to add, so that shouldn't be much of an issue for anyone. I'm not even sure this came out in 2024. I just know I love it, and everyone usually asks me what armor I'm using, so here we are. And of course, just a weapon mod, we have Relentless. This is my absolute favorite sword in Skyrim as of right now. This mod adds in 6 variants of the sword. There is the fire and ice version of the sword, which also comes with the great and sword variant of it, making 4. And then there's the basic one with 2 variants with no ruins in it. The sword isn't enchanted though, it's all cosmetic. But I would hope you wouldn't put a fire enchantment on the ice ruin, because then it would look kind of stupid, right? But yeah, other than that, that was it for today guys. Over 25 mods that I absolutely have come to love in 2024. And I keep in my list now and maybe forever. So let me know what you thought about this list and which mod maybe was your favorite. And as of right now, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Peace and love, guys.